Newman, Assumption, Assumption, Newman. Newman, Assumption, Assumption, Newman. Newman, Newman, Newman. Newman, Assumption, Assumption, Newman. Newman, Assumption, Assumption, Newman.
Welcome to Newman Catholic High School for Merriwood South basketball.
The Nest.
The Nest here in Wausau. I'm Dan Ross. With me is Mr. Paul Jaglinski.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. The producer tonight would be Jason Zaleski, the best in the business.
The best in the business. And a good matchup. Assumption coming in off of a loss at Prentice. I know that, Jags, you were there for it. Newman has been scuffling as of late, but they won up in Shawamigan, took care of business. They're still 2 games behind both Stratford and Marathon for first place. It'll be interesting to see how much passion the Cardinals come out with, knowing that conference is kind of slipping away a little bit. On the Assumption side, Coach Paltz has this program on an upward trajectory. Getting a win here tonight would be absolutely monstrous for the program.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you're at the time of the year where these 2 teams have to start thinking about seeding. The supercomputer doesn't care about anything but wins, and for both squads, this is a super important ball game because you need that victory. So we got the national anthem. We'll talk a little bit more about it after that. Rendition of the national anthem there by the Cardinals. And again, we were here a few weeks ago for the girls game with Assumption, so a huge crowd. I was wondering for the girls game if there was a COVID restriction, but tonight a nice turnout for the Cardinal fans. So let's see how it goes.
We were here for a game the other night, and there's a lot more people here tonight. So fans coming out to support the team.
Well, they're going to get a chance to come out and go ahead and watch one of the absolute best scorers really in the area in Mason Prairie tonight. Excited to go ahead and see him live. And for Assumption, again, Ryan Shaw, Reed Dillman, kind of a nice 1-2 punch. We'll see, if they can take a look at it. The first matchup, the Cardinals were able to go ahead and limit Seidel. Prairie definitely carried them, got good contributions across the board. So I expect a pretty balanced game tonight.
I'm just jotting down the starting 5 for the Royals. As you can see on the camera, the Cardinals starting Mason Prairie, averaging 22 points a game. That's not too shabby.
Not bad at all.
Connor Kroc punting a ball, a fake ball. It's good.
Actually, you would call that a crock punt. You know, as a.
It's true.
And if it landed in a container, it could be a crock pot. So.
Piffner, Seidel, sharpshooter from the outside, and the big guy underneath, Eli Gustafson.
Ooh, showing off the dance moves. It kind of reminds me of Mackenzie Crock from the old school days. Ken's could dance a little bit. I'm not sure if you remember that or not. She could boogie a little bit.
A little bit. Newman comes into the game 11-4 overall, 7-3 in the Merriwood. Again, 2 games behind Marathon and Stratford. Assumption comes in as I try to get my notes out. Someone spilled water on the table, so it's a little bit tougher for us. Yeah.
I'm not blaming Jason Zaleski, but it was Jason Zaleski's fault, just so you're aware. So.
Newman wins the tip. Mason Prey will start the first possession for the Cardinals, and we are underway. Merriwood South basketball here on Zaleski Sports. Royals come out man-to-man. Prey from the outside for 3, buries it.
Well, you got to go ahead and have a better closeout. Great start for the Cardinals. Again, just getting the shooter involved in the rhythm early. Going to definitely be something that Assumption is going to have to make an adjustment to.
The first time these two teams played, Mason Prey had a pretty good game and a 20-some point win for the Cardinals.
Yeah, that game was really close in the first half. Newman extended the lead pretty significantly in the second half, and then it got pretty physical at the end.
Shaw takes it to the basket. Blocked by Gustafson.
You know, so I'm curious to see on how both teams take a look at it. How does Newman make the adjustment? What does Coach Paltz have in order as well? Good to see Butch Maytout on the floor for the Royals. He's been battling an injury, so good to see him that he's able to get back in the starting lineup tonight. He did not play the first time they played.
Galbraith comes off a stagger double. Shots blocked by Gustafson. 2 blocks early on. Prey in transition. No one stops. Ball, 3-pointer good.
And an early timeout by Coach Paltz. Need to go ahead and stop that run early.
I really got to understand what a nurse is. Do they focus on you? You know, do they make sure that you're comfortable? And, you know, that's what Shai has. It's the connection that he has, you know, my best interest in mind, always.
Why wait another day? Let's take the next step together towards a better life.
Welcome back to Newman Catholic High School.
Hot start for the Cardinals as they get off to an early 6-0 lead here in the first minute of the ball game. Mason Prey with 2 wide open 3-pointers, and we can tell you from our time here, he puts in a lot of time on their shooting machine. Got to get a hand in his face. You leave him open, it's going to be a long night for the Royals and an early night for Mason.
Yeah, you mentioned it early on that he is one of the premier scorers of the area, regardless of division. Great future for him his junior year this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, there was a really nice feature done on him on, I believe it was News Channel 7. My name is Mason Prey was just out there. There's a nice little give and go. Sullivan with the bucket for Assumption on the board, 6-2.
Yep, nice screen and roll.
You know, an early timeout by Coach Baltz, but I think definitely necessary. If not, that really had a feel that could have got away from them early.
Seidel gets a touch underneath.
There's an adjustment.
A little bit.
You know, again, putting Seidel in the post, trying to get him involved.
Gustafson, 3-pointer, banked in.
The bank is open. Is that sponsored by First National or Associated here tonight? Because they should definitely both be Zaleski Sports sponsors, helping to go ahead and bring you free high school basketball and free sports in general. So, you know, something to keep in mind there in terms of where that goes.
Cardinals 3 of 3 from beyond the arc early on.
That seems like a good way to start.
Yeah, I did major in math, but you don't have to be a major to see that. Contested shot, no good. The Cardinals quickly the other way.
One of the things that you can tell about Newman is they really run the floor well. They get the ball ahead, get good spacing. Yeah, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Good call by the official. Number 15, Piffner just kind of came, cleared out with that forearm. Great call by the official. Good work.
Yeah, anytime that arm gets extended, it really just about calls itself, right?
Yep, there's always a difference between you can extend to go ahead and protect the basketball, but the second that you extend to clear, that's a pretty easy one.
Yeah, Newman having a little bit of trouble guarding the high ball screen right now. Royals are setting really good screens.
Kind of looking at, they're operating out of a 5-out set. Just kind of getting a handoff and letting the big go ahead and set a screen up top. So pretty effective strategy so far. getting good looks, just not knocking them down.
Patat, three-pointer, back iron, no good. Gustafson pulls down the rebound. Quickly the other way. Seidel, his first three of the game is buried.
Boy, Coach Pulse is going to be upset. He's motioning immediately to Matot. He wants him out with a hand in Seidel's face. Cannot let both Seidel and Prey get going. Great take to the basket by Reed Dillman. Tell you, athletic play, right-hand finish, good hard take. 12-4 here. Again, Newman with some hot shooting, but Assumption can go ahead and cut it back to within
Platt
6.
with the steal. Prey tries to save it out of bounds, but bounces on the baseline.
Kind of gave the official a high five, said, hey, I'll get it next time. It's all good. Like the court awareness. Again, Mason's just got a great presence. He's fun to watch.
Dillman to inbound. First out of bounds of the game.
Sullivan steps out for 3. Little long, can't get it.
I really like where we're at. We can hear the guys talk, and like this is better than being in the top row of the bleachers like some other Merriwood schools. We're not going to mention.
I'm just saying, once again, Jason Zaleski, the best in the business, goes ahead and gets you all set up in terms of where that goes.
Here, Prey, another 3, buried another one. That one was from way out.
The Newman faithful on their feet, going ahead and enjoying the show at this point. 15 points, all off of made 3-point baskets. You know, you talk about how the game has changed a little bit and why Newman's going to be so tough to beat come playoff time. Those two reasons are 1 and 2. Reed Dillman with a great take down the basket. 15-6, so a 9-point lead, but considering how hot of a start that Newman's off to, kind of efforting at this point.
Yep, Sullivan blocks Seidel's shot as he goes up.
Shaw on the attack, looking to go ahead and split. Tried to go ahead and get through contact. I thought it was pretty good verticality. We had a good angle at it. Shaw on the attack, but here comes Newman the other way.
Croc in some trouble.
Again, Croc pretty close to go ahead and getting that offensive
Turns
clear
it
out.
over.
Yep.
Croc is going to get called for the foul.
That's a frustration foul out of taking a look at it. He got beat up a little bit on the way to the basket and then went ahead and cleared the arm out, but a good overall call.
Sullivan comes into the game for the first time for the Cardinals. He of the All-Merriwood hair team, first team.
You know, Jeff, or Dan, speaking of All-Merriwood hair team, 3 young officials out here tonight doing a great job. Again, reminder, WIAA is short on officials. Please get involved in the game if you can.
Dillman tries one from the outside, doesn't go. Look how quick transition. Cardinals, 2 passes in under 2 seconds.
2 passes up the floor looking for that 3-point attempt. Lieberg kind of going ahead and trying to sit down the block. No such luck. And here's back to that 5-out look again. Reed Dillman again with a great take. Nice take by Reed Dillman. Yep. Nice little crossover to the basket, and away we go. Going to get to the line, shoot 2 free throws. 15-6, but can go ahead and cut it to an 8-point game. I think doing a nice job weathering the storm based upon that hot start.
Yep, Seidel gets called for the foul.
His first team third. So maybe a factor in this ball game as we go forward.
First free throw is up and good. We have coached a lot of games in this gym, and we know that this rim is kind of a sewer rim.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, when you play in this particular rim, first of all, it's about 9'9" versus being the traditional 10 feet because it's slant forward. But second of all, it's got typically a friendly bounce in terms of where, you know, if you hit it, where it kind of comes in. So it's important to take advantage of this particular rim.
6 early points for Dillman.
Still hard to see the Cardinals on that side of the floor. Like I said, I'm not sure when they made the switch from a coaching standpoint, but I was quite comfortable the other night.
Sullivan misses the wide open layup. Prayed with a great dish. Couldn't finish.
And here comes Assumption back and cut it to within 5 or perhaps even closer with a 3-point attempt. So nice little ball game. Again, Reed with penetration. Shaw in the corner for 3. Short.
It's going to be off of Prey. It's going to stay with the Royals.
You know, Mason didn't particularly like the call, but here's what you take a look at it. If he decides to box out as opposed to going ahead and just using his raw athleticism, most likely he secures that board.
There's no doubt about that.
That's the case. That's a spot where that's something that young man's going to have to clean up. Reed Dillman with the back cut, and again, Assumption cuts it to 15-10. 12:08 to go here in the first half, Dan, so it looks like we've got ourselves a nice back-and-forth ball game.
Yep. Fender turned his head, lost sight of the defender. The offensive player.
Can you go ahead and say Fender the defender 5 times faster?
No. Absolutely not. That foul is on Galbraith, his first. Sidelines out of bounds play.
Doing a good job getting it in. Seidel on downhill attack.
Missed it long. You could see that they set a screen for him and decided not to shoot it.
Lieberg to the basket.
Lieberg.
Ooh, a lot of contact. Went ahead and decided to let it play through. Shaw at the rebound.
Oh, Shaw short-armed it. Gets his own rebound. Second chance opportunity. He'll go to line to shoot, too.
I'll tell you what, that's 3 offensive boards, plus we talked about on that last inbounds play, the one that Prey gave up. Something that Newman's going to go ahead and have to tighten up here. Right now, Assumption outworking him on the glass. Shaw in the first attempt, a little bit long. While we're going ahead and taking a look at it, I want to go ahead and talk about Fleet Farm's hiring event that's going on now. All locations are looking to hire. Get competitive pay, flexible scheduling, and a 20% discount for you and your immediate family. Apply online today. Fleet Farm, proudly serving the Midwest since 1955.
Another opportunity.
Love Fleet Farm.
Good.
The man's ball. If it's not at Fleet Farm, it's just not worth having.
Kroc is going to try a three. Missed. Got it.
Wow.
It looked like it was short.
Tell you what, again, 18 points for the Cardinals, all on 6 made three-pointers.
It's pretty crazy. Lieberg fights inside.
Sullivan's playing a nice ball game, giving him some good length, taking the physicality of Lieberg.
Prey just absolutely took advantage of Galbraith there. Had him backpedaling a little bit.
Coach Paltz is not going to be happy about that transition defense. Ooh. There we go. There's a loose ball. Again, Lieberg goes up strong.
A little bit short. Kroc comes out with it. Up ahead to Prey. Prey waits for the secondary transition. Fender. It's a top of the key to Piffner. Piffner, Sullivan, high post touch. Fender, a good shooter out on the wing. Newman has a lot of really good shooters this year.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, space it high, that three-point ball.
Kroc will try
Kroc again. So would that be 3-ball corner pocket? Is that what the indication there was as he comes down the floor?
It looked like it. It looks like Coach Paltz is beside himself right now.
So 23-10, 10 minutes, 25 seconds to go in the first half. The lead is swollen back out to 13 points here. Assumption basketball, I think they really need a bucket here, Dan.
Yeah, it seems like this might be getting away a little bit.
Again, Reed Dillman with a nice athletic take. Unfortunately, couldn't get a finish. And ahead we go again.
Piffner gets it rejected to the back wall. Big rejection by Livernash.
Back in the game, Butch Matot checking in for Reed Dillman.
For the Cardinals, Lowe is in for the first time. Gustafson's back in.
A little bit of confusion as we officials go ahead and get the ball set. Currently, right now, Stratford is beating Auburndale on the Zaleski Sports Network, 15-5. You know, again, if you got an iPad, an iPhone or something at home, go ahead and check that game out. Take a look at both.
Mason Prey has 14 points in the first 9 minutes of this game.
You know, I told you at the beginning of the ball game we had an opportunity to witness one of the best scorers in the area. I hope that people understand the amount of work and the amount of talent that young man has.
Stratford beating Auburndale, also beating us in viewership.
Well, hopefully the Royal fans. Now, again, the Royal fans do travel well, so in our defense, there is a pretty decent Assumption crowd here.
Lieberg in the high post. Hands it off to Shaw. Shaw to the rim and in.
Nice little take by Ryan Shaw. Hopefully goes ahead and stops the run. 26-12, 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Newman's just off to a great start. Really hot shooting, knocking in the open look. Kind of shooting at the home rim. That makes a little bit of a difference.
For sure. Kroc will try another. Misses it a little bit long. Coming down with the rebound is Matat.
And here comes the Royals looking for a little secondary break action. And then right back to that 5-out look.
Coach Marquardt trying to encourage the Newman Cardinals for a good defensive set this time down.
I would like to say that Coach Marquardt gets the better dress contest tonight compared to Coach Paltz.
Yeah, my prediction is that those suspenders are coming out later. Block shot from behind by Fender. Prey the other way. He's fouled before the shot. Probably a pretty smart foul.
I'll tell you what, one of the things that I really like about Mason is he just gets up the floor. He's got good vision of the court, but he's just constantly on the attack.
Lieberg picked up that foul. Only the second team foul.
Yeah, actually, after three quick falls early, the pace of play has gone ahead and cleaned up a little bit. So, good news. So, 8:30 to go, 14-point lead here for Newman. Newman with the basketball. Nice little give and go action.
That's a really nice looking play by Gustafson.
Great finish.
Yep. Just enough body control to get the ball up on the rim and in. 28-12, Cardinals up 16. 8 minutes to go. This is another steal. Kroc has it up ahead to Seidel. Seidel is going to take it himself. That's rejected. Nice play by Shaw with the rebound coming up across the timeline. Gets it to Galbraith. Cardinals are back.
I would say right now, so timeout Royals, and I was just going to say it's probably one of those scenarios where this is more of the pace that Newman wants to play at.
For sure.
Hey, Dan, did you know that H&S was hiring?
H&S Manufacturing is one of my favorite Zaleski Sports sponsors. I talk about them all the time on the Zaleski Sports YouTube chat. H&S Manufacturing in Marshfield is hiring. If you are a hardworking individual, then we need you. Do you want a solid company that offers top wages along with a very generous benefits package? Then check out our open positions at H&S. Our benefits include health, dental, life, and disability, plus 401k, cash bonuses, a $2 shift bonus, and a substantial vacation plan that has you earning vacation from your very first day. We're looking for welders, painters, and assemblers for both first and second shifts. To apply online, Google us at H&S Manufacturing or log on to hsmfgco.com. And Hawkins Ash CPAs, the certified public accounting firm that's big enough to serve you but small enough to care. Accounting professionals in the firm's Marshfield office provide local tax and accounting services and are backed with the resources and support of 9 other offices and more than 150 team members. Contact Hawkins Ash CPAs in Marshfield for all your tax and accounting needs. Visit them online at hawkinsash.cpa to learn more.
So back in play here, post touch for Sullivan, who gets a dump pass to Shaw. Nice play coming out of the timeout. 28-14, Cardinals with the lead. 7 minutes, 30 seconds to go.
Yep, nice drawn-up play out of the timeout by Coach Paltz.
I think, again, another nice timeout call by Coach Paltz. It just really felt like Newman had the momentum. And again, there's a cut. Once again, Coach Prey just kind of giving, or Mason Prey just kind of giving the scoring clinic. He's cutting to the basket. He's making the open shot, attacking, finding teammates. Just really a special ball player.
Latat to the rim, no good. Again, quick in transition. Prey finds low for 3. Good. Everyone's making them tonight.
Now, it's hard to tell if the net is hung up on the rim or if it's just torched on the other end because they have been hot from deep.
Shaw, nice take to the basket. Going to shoot 2. The first time that these two teams played, we talked a little bit about it. It was a 24-point win by the Cardinals. They did a great job on Isaac Seidel in that one and doing a good job on him tonight. Unfortunately, Mason Prey is having the game of his life right now, honestly.
Absolutely. Definitely controlling this tempo one way or the other. Hey, guys, net on the other end. The other end.
Coach/Paul Jaglinski, or coach/referee Paul Jaglinski, trying to help out our officiating crew tonight.
Like I said, this is a really good crew of young officials out here. One of those deals that's just a game management function. Always checking the clock, always checking your net, making sure that your baskets are all set to go.
Good to see Shaw make that one after missing his first 3. 33-15, Cardinals up 18. 6:40 left to play. Seidel forces up a 3. In and out. That almost went down twice.
Now on this rim, that falls in 3 times, just so you're aware. So.
Shot by Dillman is blocked. Shaw comes back with it, and look at that ball fall through the rim.
Oh, so that's
they're gonna take it off.
So that's an interesting call in terms of where it goes. So in high school basketball, the ball needs to be in the cylinder with a chance for it to go ahead and go in. And there has to be basket interference. So the official felt that the hand coming across the net had enough of an impact on it to call offensive basket interference. So it's a little bit different rule from college. It has to be in the downward flight. And now Coach Paltz getting a further explanation, and the explanation has officially been enough of the conversation. So again,
it was a bench warning, right?
Bench warning is a good rule in high school basketball. It's a way to state that we've had enough of the conversation and we're all moving on. So no big deal. Like I said, good again used by the officials. Terrific backdoor cut. Again, this is a first half clinic by the Cardinals, Dan. Just offensively, 35 points with 6 minutes here to go in the first half. Just really doing a nice job shooting the basketball, cutting the basket. One of the things that you talked about, the Royals just struggled the other night up in Prentice, and those woes seem to be continuing here to start this particular game.
A touch short on a three. Ball goes out of bounds, so it's going back to the Cardinals. 35-15, the biggest lead of the game so far for the Cardinals. 5:50 left to play. The good news for the Royals is that Mason Praise on the bench.
This is true. Although as hot as he is, he's probably going to find a way to get a bucket from sitting over there as well. So it again, it appears that Assumption is playing a man-to-man or perhaps maybe a box and one. But again, Newman continues to take advantage of the open shot and just continues to knock down basket after basket here in this half.
Matat with the two and a foul.
Okay, so it'll be interesting. Yeah. So do we count the basket and then we have it on the rebound?
Yeah, it should count. Falls on Sullivan, his first.
Yep. So again, battle for the rebound. Ahead Sullivan with the push out or with the push off. Again, counted the basket. Seems about right.
Yep.
And again, I like the call.
Yeah, the officiating crew's doing a good job so far. I have learned from Jason Zaleski to not make fun of the officials on air. Only gets us in trouble. Another three.
Well, you talked about the fact that in the first contest they were doing a really good job on limiting Seidel. All of a sudden, Dan, he's got 8, and with Prey on the bench, as opposed to going ahead and having this game tighten, it has gone ahead and ballooned.
Seidel backing the defender. Piffner for 3, missed it short. Man, it's almost a surprise when it doesn't fall.
Absolutely. Like I said, this is just a very hot shooting team for Newman. And again, a very talented squad, Dan. It's one of those deals where I know they've dropped a couple ball games, but there's enough talent here for them to make a second half run, get right back in the swing and finish the conference.
11 3-pointers in the first half for the Cardinals.
Wow.
What is the state record? Mr. Zaleski,
53.
we have a job for you here in the second half, and that's going to be to find out what the WIAA state record is for threes made in the game. In the game. 11.
Oh, it's more than that.
Yes, it is more than 11. We understand that.
Dan, can you confirm that the Newman basketball program for number of made threes by an individual player made in the game is still 11? Because at one point that was held by Jadalyn Gansky in a game that we coached up in Phillips.
That is true. I was there. I saw it.
Although I would like to argue that her toe was on the line, so I still say it's 10, but that's a different subject.
10 and a half.
10 and a half. There you go.
Piffner drive, and that's a good foul call.
That's going to be a Sullivan's second foul call or of the half. Interesting to note that Newman's got 6, so it's going to be bonus for the Royals next foul of the half. Might need to attack the basket, see if they can slow the pace of this game down. 41 points and a half is just too many to give up.
Especially in high school basketball.
Yeah, that's really in any type of basketball. I would venture to guess that's a tough pace.
Yeah, and obviously that's going to be a point of emphasis for Coach Paltz as they go into halftime is how are we going to slow these guys down? They have 11 made threes. They're shooting it well, but a lot of them are open shots. Second free throw also missed.
Rumor has it the Buffalo Bills defensive coordinator is actually on Coach Paltz's staff right now, so too soon or not yet?
What a great game. That was a fantastic football game.
I'll tell you, me and my Patrick Mahomes really enjoyed watching it. It was pretty crazy. So
it's going to be a foul on Piffner, who spikes the ball into his own face. I think the official wanted to talk to him and then said, you know what? He just took one to the face. Yeah.
Karma.
It
Karma,
is karma.
Dan. You know?
Sullivan, as you said, Sullivan's to the line to shoot the bonus. His first trip to the line tonight.
Coach Kowaltz is going ahead and deciding to stick with Sullivan with 2 fouls, so must feel he needs the size to try to go ahead and keep him in this ball game.
First free throw is no good. We have shot a lot of balls into that basket.
Specifically the basket, not necessarily the net, but a lot of balls into that basket.
I've hit that rim shooting a lot of times.
You can definitely believe that is the case.
Cardinals working in the half court. Kroc almost has the ball bounce off his head, turned around just in time. Newman being a little bit more, I guess, conservative this time down, trying to run some clock, trying to find an open shot. Piffner with the ball, the volleyball line, gets it top of the key to Prey. He'll try it. 3. Oh, no good. Offensive rebound by Sullivan out to Kroc. He'll try a 3. Second chance opportunities.
Dan, correct me if I'm wrong. Is that Connor's third three-pointer of the half? Fourth three-pointer of the half.
Yep.
Wow.
The Cardinals have 12. I'm going to call a jump. That's a good call. I mean, it was right in front of us. It looked like a held ball. Then he grabbed his arm, but it was a held ball first.
Correction. Or absolutely. So again, the correction on that is that you are where you are to get where you're going. So that goes in the half court. But again, the held ball first. Once he turns, it becomes a foul. But again, the held ball occurs first. So any action after that is null and void. So Newman on the inbounds play.
Galbraith into the game for the Royals. He has the ball top of the key.
2:55 here to go. 44-18. Cardinals with the lead.
Inside touch by Galbraith. Galbraith has Kroc on him. Block shot.
Dan, we're not keeping track of block shots officially, but by my unofficial count, I believe that's 6.5 for Newman here. The length of the Cardinals for a Division V team is pretty impressive. In addition to the offensive end, which they've done a nice job on, I think defensively they've been pretty impressive as well. The only thing we talked about is, again, I think they can clean up the defense a little bit. Speaking of defense.
Yeah, a quick hitter. There was not a whole lot there. Galbraith missed the shot. No one was ready. Lowe gets it to Prey. Prey gets it back. Finds Lowe in the corner. Thought about shooting it. Gets it back to Mason. Gustafson gets it to Kroc. Corner 3. Misses a little bit short. Rebound comes down to Shaw. Shaw crossed the timeline. Crossover dribble. Spin in the paint. And going to get a foul call. Looks like it's going to be on Gustafson.
So nobody enjoys being without comfort.
Give him something to do.
Time to plan for the winter months ahead. Give the pros at Rapids Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling a call for your furnace and AC service needs in Wisconsin Rapids. We'll be there rapidly to figure out and take care of the trouble. And we'll get the comfort working again for you rapidly. That's Rapid Sheet Metal and Heating and Cooling in Wisconsin Rapids. Give them a call at 715-301-0256 and visit online at rapidsheetmetal.com. Dan, also want to just take a moment to go ahead and give a shout out to Coach Ryan Klein of the Rylander Hodags, who's listening. Coach
Ryan Klein does not coach.
Let's try that again. Let's go, Coach Ryan Clark of the Hodags. Yeah. Ryan Klein of the Assumption Royal Girls Program. He's listening with his son Elijah. And Elijah would like you to know that why is a leopard so bad at hide and seek?
Because he gets spotted?
Because he's always spotted. That's exactly
Kroc
right,
hits
Dan.
his 5th 3 of the half.
I'll tell you what, Assumption needs to get spotted right now on Connor Kroc because that's 5 3-pointers in the half, and all 5 of them have been wide open looks. Yep. Time to go ahead and make the adjustment perhaps for Assumption there because Kroc is having a nice ball game.
Yeah, and Coach Paul's going to take so many timeouts here. Ripped away by Prey. Turnover to Galbraith. Prey, no one's picking up ball. Gets all the way down to the baseline. They're going to call an offensive foul on that.
Yeah, so again, remember what I said. You are where you are to get where you're going. So as he came down the lane, he took that right arm and extended before Lieberg hit him on the arm. I actually think that's a really nice call because you're getting the first action. Crowd is, of course, upset on the second action, but the first action I thought was a terrific get by the officials. So 1:30 here to go in the first half. 47-20. That's a 27-point lead, if I'm not mistaken.
Dillman for 3. No good. Prey with the rebound. It's a 27-point lead, yes.
Yes. So Kroc coming up the floor. That's Prey coming up the floor on the attack.
Kroc's going to take it to the basket. Finds Fender for 3. No good. Gustafson with the rebound. Throws it right to Galbraith. Galbraith gets some contact, but he's able to go glass for 2.
Again, I think that's good, patient, no call by the officials. Again, there's good verticality. Nobody ended up on the ground. I think, again, that's a well job officiated. 47-22. See if Assumption can get another stop. Perhaps go ahead and make a little run to close the half.
Kroc is fouled. Hey, at least he was guarded that time. Galbraith, second foul.
Coach Paul's upset. Obviously, you don't want to try to go ahead and follow shooter. You want to go ahead and challenge it. But to your point, I think the need to step out and go ahead and challenge is definitely something that, you understand what Bryson was doing on that particular play.
Yeah, for sure. First free throw is good. Kroc is having the best game of his career. We had his career high earlier in the season. I want to say it was 21 or 23. He is well on his way. Second free throw is good. He's got 17 here in the first half.
Because I know Jason didn't like the first one. I want to take one more stab at it. So, Jason, did you hear about the claustrophobic astronaut?
No.
He wanted just a little bit more space.
Free throw no good and hit out of bounds by Lieberg.
A little bit better than the record.
Well, 49-22, 41 seconds left to go here in the first half. At this point, I think Coach Paltz is just looking to get the boys into the into the half. Go ahead and regroup. Into the game for the first time is number 10, Cal Burkhauser.
Yeah.
That's a talented sophomore. Again, Coach Paltz has got a lot of youth on this particular program.
Kroc, top of the key, finds Prey off a screen. He's going to take it to the basket. Fouled. Kind of sold it a little bit.
Yeah, again, that's one of those deals where he had one go against him before in transition, so that's going to be, again, to his credit, keep attacking the basket, going ahead and trying to work for that open shot. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, and like a good neighbor, Kerry Venner State Farm is there for you in Wisconsin Rapids. Get a free quote from Kerry Venner State Farm on auto, homeowners, renters, business, life, short-term income protection, long-term income protection, as well as banking products. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, and like a good neighbor, Kerry Venner State Farm is there for you in Wisconsin Rapids.
Shaw with a miss. Rebound to the Cardinals, and 20 seconds to play in the first half. It's a 51-22 lead. Cardinals playing for one.
Dan, I think at the half we should all check out Kerry Venner on Facebook. We can maybe go ahead and get started.
I will leave for a message. There's a silly foul.
Now, it'll be interesting to see in terms of where that goes. So, Kroc grabs it, gets the shot. In high school basketball,
29-26, Stratford leads Auburndale. Auburndale's sticking with Stratford.
I'll tell you what, I had the opportunity to officiate the Eagles again the other day. Coaches got them playing significantly better basketball. They got off to a slow start, lost quite a few close games, but Auburndale is going to be a tough outcome tournament time, and definitely a team that has improved since the start of the year. Again, if you want to go ahead and check that action out, go ahead and pull up your iPad, your computer, your iPhone, a secondary device, and go ahead and check that out on ZaleskiSports.com. You'll get dad jokes in the end of the Cardinal game over here. You'll get the perhaps a 3-point ball game on that deal. Great opportunity for two devices.
6 seconds to go. Prey quickly up court. Prey, three at the buzzer, misses it short. One of the first misses of the night for him.
Probably his worst looking shot of the night, a little bit rushed, but again, overall an impressive first half. 51-23. Cardinals with the lead here at the half. Just really an impressive first half all the way across the board for Newman. I just nothing else you can really say other than just impressive.
So before we go to break, you're obviously with the Assumption girls program, and you have not faced this sort of deficit this year, last year. A very good program. What do you think Coach Paltz says to the Assumption boys going into the locker room right now?
Well, I think the biggest thing that Coach Paltz has right now is that they're going to have to talk about defensive strategy. They came off of a tough performance up at Prentice. They just gave up 51 points and a half here at Newman. So, you obviously don't have you have to get back into it one basket at a time, but the adjustment needs to be about let's clean it up on the defensive end, let's continue to improve, because again, if you're going to get to where you're going to need to go, the odds are you're going to have to come through this building, through this team another time. You got to build some confidence in the second half, and you got to understand what's going to work or not. And giving up the number of made three-pointers that they did to this team in the first half is not a formula to go ahead and lead to success.
I agree completely. Let's take a break.
Premier Realty Group is
we will run some
#1
ads. We'll be back with some
selling
first
real
half,
estate team in the
first half
Wisconsin Rapids
analysis.
area.
I think I'm going to try
3
a
years running.
Newman hot dog. We might talk
Every
about that
listing
second
at
half.
Premier Realty
We'll be back
Group
with more
includes
on Zaleski
4K
Sports
cinematic
right after
videos,
this.
professional photography, 3D Matterport virtual tours, and more. Nobody sells more homes than Premier Realty Group. Call 715-424-0000. That's 424-0000 today.
Rustic Redefined is the area's boutique clothing store for women and children. You'll find a personalized shopping experience with unique and trendy styles to choose from. Rustic Redefined specializes in affordable clothes and accessories with red carpet service. Find your individual style at Rustic Redefined on 8th Street South in Wisconsin Rapids and Rustic Redefined on Facebook.
Hosting a tournament, running a sports camp, collecting team fees, youth or adult, Tournament Depot offers end-to-end solutions for everything you need to make running your organization a pleasure. Quick registration setup, team management, communication, leaderboard, online updates, simple and or self-check-in. Don't hate the bookkeeping process. Let us help make them painless and quick. Let us show you how easy it can be. Check us out at tournamentdepot.com or call us at 612-524-9981 for information.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and the Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Hi, this is Van Patrick Oates from Rapids Awards and More. People ask, what is the more part of Awards and More? Well, that means that we're more than just an award store. We engrave glass, wood, plastic, guns, Yeti cups, medals, knives, and so much more. We're located on the web at awardsandmore.us. And if you're in the Wisconsin Rapids area, visit our physical store at 1210 Pepper Avenue or check us out on Facebook. Rapids Awards and More than just awards.
Don't let pain or mobility issues keep you from enjoying life. Let our physical therapy doctors and our staff at Roberts Physical Therapy help you recover your ability to move easily and live free of aches and pains, providing effective individual treatment plans. Whether you're experiencing problems with balance and mobility, you're experiencing pain in your low back, or you're dealing with any other physical challenges, we'll take care of you. For more information on how we can service your needs, contact us today.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids. All right, welcome back to Wausau, everybody, and thanks for, again, tuning in, listening to this Zaleski Sports broadcast as Dan Ross, Paul Jaglinski out getting concessions, and Dan's got a very large tray coming back here. It looks as though he's bought about 12 hot dogs, so that's a good thing. He's going to, he put the juicy, tasty hot dogs right up here. Jason Zaleski here with some halftime entertainment for you. We heard from a couple scores around the area. Stratford boys basketball and Auburndale, 29-26 at the half. In Cloverbelt boys basketball, Colby leads Columbus Catholic 36-33, sorry. 36-33, that is the number 2 ranked Columbus Catholic Dons. They played a tight one a week ago to the day over in Colby, and they play another tight one here. As a matter of fact, Colby had the lead into the second half, in that game at home last week. They lead on the road at the break by 3. Other games across the Zaleski Sports Broadcast Network for you. We'll check through those. So we've got double barrel hockey action going on right now. It's DC Everest at Marshfield. Marshfield leads 2-0 in the second period at home. And Rhinelander is at Mosinee, and in the second period, Rhinelander leads the Mosinee Indians 1-0. Again, that is boys hockey action. Girls basketball may be at the half now. Neillsville leads 41-10 into the halftime at home. It was Neillsville winning a road game last night on the girls' side against the Assumption Royals, as a matter of fact. WIAA Fremont is at Amherst girls basketball. Amherst leads 24-11. They are not quite at halftime. They tip at 7:30 in the Central Wisconsin Conference. And girls basketball, it's Merrill at Marshfield. And just going to halftime now, Marshfield Tigers lead the Merrill Blue Jays 34-22. We're a couple minutes.
When the last thing you need to happen does. One of our 16 mobile service trucks from Sherrill Tire and Service Center can keep you rolling and growing. Sherrill Tire and Service Center, your locally owned farm tire specialist.
Sherrill Tire and Service, keep growing and rolling with us.
Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Little Sprouts is now open in Rudolph with the same great childcare you know about in Auburndale. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
The community here in Rudolph has been extremely welcoming, and we're excited to serve here just like we do up in Auburndale. Part of the process is to help out the school districts and to help the children stay, their 4K children to stay close and get services right here. We serve here in Rudolph 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds, and up in Auburndale we serve 6 weeks old until 12-year-olds.
Our Auburndale pea pods, wiggle worms, busy bees, and fireflies welcome the Rudolph sweet potatoes, lovely ladybugs, and beautiful butterflies. Contact Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Why am I an orthopedic surgeon? It's a great question. It was nothing I planned. I actually am a Spanish major. Went back to school and became a physical therapist. That was okay, but I decided to go back to school and become the surgeon. I think the biggest thing when you're talking to the patient is if you can relate to them, number one. Number two is if you can teach them what the problem is. If you can teach them what the problem is, they're going to do fine. They're going to learn what it is, they're going to figure out how to fix it, and then they're going to adapt. There's days when things don't work out and things are harder than others, but clearly you're here for one reason and you're not here for you. You're here for the patient that comes in. Healthcare is kind of like going to the supper club in Wisconsin. You always feel like you need to travel to get a better Friday fish fry or to get the prime rib on Saturday, but really here we have everything under the same roof. We have everything within a hospital that, quite frankly, is rated in the top 2 hospitals in the state for joint replacements. We have hospitals coming to us to ask how we do joint replacements, how we solve the problem, how we get patients motivated and moving with very low risk and very low complication rates. And our outcomes are much better.
Welcome back to Newman High School. Second half action coming up. 51-23. I don't know. We're having a hard time hearing each other. There we go. There we go.
Okay, there we go.
Awesome. All right. Welcome back, Newman High School. 51-23. Talked to Coach Paltz at halftime. He said that the emphasis is not give up 51 in the second half.
No, that doesn't necessarily mean that he doesn't give up 52 or 53, Dan. He just does not want to give up 51.
Croc for 3, good.
But as we talked about, that's got to be the adjustment. Like, if your assumption, you got to go ahead and start to go ahead and take a step forward. And it's really the only way you get back in this game is you get a stop, you get a bucket. You get a stop and get a bucket.
Here's Matot for 3.
And there's exactly the start you're taking a look at. So on the opening possession, Assumption gets a stop. They come down, they get a bucket, cuts it to 25, 51-26. You know, Dan.
Maybe it's the rim.
You know, Dan, it's one of those scenarios where I've often said you can't come back from being down by 28 unless you're down by 28 first.
No truer words have been said.
Again, that first half, Mason Prey was was extremely impressive. We'd almost like to hashtag that on Twitter, play for Prey. He was just super, super, super impressive to go ahead and start that half.
The Cardinals 13 first half threes. Matat another three. This one's a little bit short. Seidel with a long off defensive rebound.
So 2 excellent looks for Newman to go ahead and start off.
Prey hits a three. Foul away from the ball.
Okay, so we've got a made basket. Following the made basket on the rebound.
On Prey.
We've got a foul. Actually, no, I do not believe so. The foul is going to be on number 1, Butch Matot from the Royals. And that's why I was curious to see on where it goes. By the way, we do have a suspender sighting.
Second half, Coach Markart breaking out the suspenders.
So if you're playing Zaleski Bingo at home and you had suspender sighting, you can go ahead and check that off.
16:52, Jackets off.
If you have over under 20 made threes in the game, I think you're feeling pretty good about yourself. But specifically, Newman may try to get there themselves. We've got a tweet out to Mark Miller, seeing if Mark can go ahead and answer us to see what the state record is for number of three-pointers made in the game.
Well, they're at 14 right now. Give us something to track here in the second half. Three-pointer by Dillman, no good. Offensive rebound out to Sullivan.
I will say the adjustment that Coach Pultz has made offensively, those are 3 outstanding looks that he's opened up for his shooters, to start this half.
Piffner gets a steal, turns the defender, left-handed layup, good.
Matt, I'll tell you what, that's terrific body control for Piffner. Great left-handed attack, good finish, well done.
Yep, good job turning the defender in the lane.
So we got 56-26. Again, Newman has extended the lead out to 30. Shaw with a nice drive to the basket, unfortunately lost his footing. We have a travel violation. So here's an adjustment. Our Assumption has gone ahead and decided to pick up full court, seeing if they can go ahead and get a little pressure on Newman.
Kroc, corner 3, short. Sullivan rips down the rebound. Shaw protecting the ball.
Again, Newman's transition game, both transition defense and transition offense tonight have been very good.
Yeah, as someone who has seen Newman several times this year here on Zaleski Sports, the more that they're able to run and get up and down, the better their chances are of winning the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, they play well. When they can go ahead and attack and shoot like this, they're tough to meet. Matok with another nice bucket for Assumption. Yep. 56-28, 15-22 to go here in the second half. That is Butch's 7th point of the ball game.
Piffner, top of the key, hands it off to Gustafson, to Prey. Looking for a little bit of space. Everyone gets off of Prey again. Another 3.
You know, at this point, Dan, they're running a little rub screen action. Assumption is coming underneath that screen. They're really going to have to do a better job of starting to come over the top of that. That's something I think when Coach Pultz watches film, he's going to be upset with the guys about, but it's an adjustment that they're going to make if they do get him a third time.
Yeah, and they have to communicate just a little bit better on the screens.
Yeah, absolutely. Alex Sullivan into the lane, does a nice job going ahead and getting a bucket. Again, I like the strategy of a post touch, down 29, but again, you need a bucket in the stop. You need a bucket in the stop to get back in this thing.
Yeah, it's not about wins and losses at this point, especially if you're Assumption, right? You want to get better. Seidel, top of the key, 3, good.
And there's kind of of the pick your poison approach with the Cardinals. You know, if you decide to go ahead and play them in the full court and space them out and come off of trying to take away 1 of the 2, Seidel, if you leave him open, is such an accurate shooter. But if you look at the board, Dan, you've got pretty balanced scoring. As Matot again with his 10th point of the game, really a nice little run for him here in the second half. But again, if you look at the board, you've got 24, 17, 11. Just really nice balanced contributions, obviously with Prey leading the way, but getting just really nice balanced scoring here tonight.
26 for Prey. We got 13:45 to play.
26 of the 64.
Yeah.
Assumption back to that 5-out offense. Sullivan looking for Shaw in the corner. Unfortunately, he was not able to. Again, we're approaching that dangerous running clock territory. I would think one of the things for Coach Pultz and Assumption that they talked about is they wanted to try to go ahead and stay out of that territory, keep themselves in this particular ball game.
Yeah, really tough spot for Coach Pultz here. Newman playing better than I have maybe seen them play all year. We saw them play at the basketball yearbook tournament. They looked very good down in Milwaukee on the big college court. They looked better today, just making shots. Prey again for 3. Off the rim, no good. We have a foul on Sullivan over the back.
No, yes, yep. The indication there, it was an interesting indication. He went with the player control signal with his hand behind his back, but again, maybe he's calling it loose ball in terms of the push off there. So my apologies, just trying to read the officiating signal.
No, it's okay.
You know, there is something to be said for shooting in your home gym, in front of your home fans. Again, pretty decent crowd for the Cardinals tonight. So I do think this is a ball game where you've seen Newman just settle in early, start to knock down some shots.
It's a pretty good shooter's gym as well. There are some gyms easier to shoot in than others, and Newman is definitely one of the more shooter-friendly gyms with the white wall and the red curtain on the other side.
You know, you're shooting at the cross at one end, you're shooting at the stage at the other. I think either way, you're in good shape. Reed Dillman with a nice little take to the basket. Again, Reed's had a nice ball game. Especially on the offensive end, he's had some excellent takes.
Fender finds Prey inside to Sullivan. Sullivan had a really good look and just decided to be patient, pass it out. Seidel bumped on the sideline.
That's going to be Alex Sullivan from Assumption's third personal. Did a nice job in that second half. Coach Boltz trusted him with 2, and he did a nice job of going ahead and keeping it away, keeping himself out of foul trouble and in the game.
Seidel coming off a screen. Not a great pass. Not able to get one up quick. So here's Piffner. Finds Prey. Shaw guarding him. Here comes the ball screen. He shoots it instead. Back rim, no good.
Definitely, that's a temperature check. He's feeling pretty good about life and about the basketball with his hands. He decided to see if that's the case. Lieberg for 3, and goes ahead and knocks one in. So maybe it is the rim.
If you lose direction, you can grab my hand. I'll be the one behind you to say no one-man band. Just follow your dreams, keep your promises.
We're all different, but we all want great health insurance. See why we're rated #1 in service, coverage, and affordability in Central Wisconsin.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
Welcome back to Newman Catholic High School. We're checking some scores here on Zaleski Sports. A couple of surprises. The Columbus Catholic boys being pushed by the Colby Hornets. Columbus, I believe they're ranked #2 in the state.
You know, that game's got me interested like a cornfield. I'm all ears, so.
Wow.
Nice little take by Sullivan to the basket. A little post touch, 66-38, 11 minutes, 34 seconds to go left here in the second half.
That ball hits that rim and it just kind of funnels its way in.
Reed Dillman for 3.
Coming to life.
Knocks it in, 66-41. Again, Assumption slowly chipping away.
Stratford 42, Auburndale 31, an 11-point lead with 8.5 left to play. In case you want to open up another tab on your browser.
So now you're talking 3 tabs because you're checking out Columbus, you're here for dad jokes and the finish of this game, and you got to kind of keep an eye on the Eagles to see if they can make a run at the Tigers. Again, Stratford Marathon in first place in the conference in the Merriwood South on the boys' side of it.
Marathon has the rematch with Edgar tonight.
Again, the Royals and Eagles tied for first place in the Merriwood South on the girls' side after tonight's contest up in Phillips. So, you know, again, some good battles coming down the stretch here.
That foul is on Sullivan, his third. Newman Sullivan. Yep. Yeah, so 2 losses. So Assumption and Auburndale tied for first. That's going to be a conference championship game coming up.
Nick Lieberg with a nice little take, so 66-43. Again, Assumption's shown a lot of heart, going ahead and battling back here in this ball game, not giving up, continuing to battle forward.
Yep, this was up over 30 at one point. It's down to 23. Newman settling for threes because they have all gone in.
I was just going to say, based upon the first half, I'm not sure I would call it settling, much less taking advantage.
Piffner gets it to Prey inside for 2.
You know, again, we talked about what type of a special offensive player that Prey is. So he started off this game obviously shooting well, creating for teammates, getting to the basket. That's a quality post touch. He can just beat you in so many different ways, Dan.
Yeah. And he's definitely going to play at the next level somewhere. Another 3 for Dillman.
Dillman filling up a little bit here in this half.
Got 17. (68-46). Croc for 3 gets it to go.
Croc's 6.
Marathon update.
Raider TV. It is offline.
Croc's 6 made 3-pointer of the night. 20 points for Connor. What a terrific ball game from that young man.
Good job by Dillman, not just putting up a crazy-looking 3, being patient, getting teammates involved. Here's Sullivan, top of the key, no good. Piffner comes on with the rebound.
Sullivan figured everybody else has made a 3. I might as well go ahead and get involved in the action as well. So
why not?
Getting Cardinals back on the
Piffner
offensive
will try
end.
a 3. That bounces off the rim. Good.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you're getting an opportunity to see this here at Newman. Dan and I coached here for a lot of years, as a lot of you probably know, and we're very serious when we say that the rim on the stage end is very shooter-friendly, to say the least. And that ball is right there a great example where it hits the front and hits the back, talks to the rim for a second, grabs a cup of coffee and goes, why don't I just fall in since I'm here?
Is this a double foul? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you know, the first time that these two teams played, it went ahead and got a little bit chippy towards the end of the ball game. Two teams that are competing very hard. Again, I think it's a great call up by the officials to go ahead and catch that early. Just make sure that it's gotten that there's no back and forth action.
Yep, I got it. Yep, a quick hitter. Good job on the out of bounds play. Newman was not ready for it.
Dan, how many made 3s in the ball game is this for Newman? It's just been a display.
What did we say at halftime?
I believe it was 11 at half.
I think it was 13 at half. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Number 24 for the Cardinals.
Was it a 2 or 3?
It's a 3.
Gustafson
gets in on the act.
I'm trying to count this. It's not that easy.
I'm past the fingers and toes stage, so I got nothing here. I'm going to have to take off shoes pretty soon.
19 made 3s tonight by the Newman Cardinals.
I'll tell you what, Dan.
I have no idea what the record is, but I don't know. We're probably scaring it right now.
Dan, I'm not going to lie to you. If you make 19 3-pointers in a ball game, you're going to be pretty tough to beat.
Yeah, you're probably going to win.
I'm just not going to lie to you. It seems like that's a good strategy for victory.
This is starting to get really physical, and this is what both coaches and the officials don't want to see is a game that's around 30 points, getting just a little bit out of hand. Nobody wants to see it.
Yeah, it's one of those deals. Both teams are playing hard. I don't think there's anything that's dirty out there. It's just good, hard physical battle back and forth at this point for these
Livernash
teams.
with a miss. Croc quickly down the other way. Finds Seidel. Fender. They were playing 41 where we have 4 3-point shooters on the outside who have all hit a bunch of shots. Croc out to Fender for 3. Good.
And why not? Again, Fender with the 20th made 3-point basket for the Newman Cardinals.
That is unreal.
I'll tell you what, it's just impressive. It's as impressive as it sounds.
I mean, you don't see that in college basketball. The NBA probably, because the game's so much longer. Officials are letting a lot of physicality go right now.
Yeah, it's one of those scenarios where, as you get close enough, Lieberg for 3, short, and down the floor, Comes Newman in transition.
It's almost like Croc is a quarterback.
Yeah,
he
for your
rifled that.
For your 8-man state champion.
Piffner 3, no good.
Honestly, it's to the point where they miss a 3-pointer and you kind of go, what?
Well, I mean, there's also something where you're up 32 shooting threes.
You know, Dan, today's broadcast is brought to you by Solaris. With so much of our lives riding on the internet these days, choosing a provider you know and trust has become more important than ever. Solaris Fiber Network is the fastest technology available. It's more reliable than cable internet and provides equal upload and download speeds. Solaris has been keeping Central Wisconsin connected for over 125 years and has the speed you need. Call, stop in, or visit Solaris.net to learn more today.
You're doing a great job reading that piece of paper.
You know, it's one of those scenarios where we appreciate our sponsors and hope that everyone will go ahead and visit them, perhaps order a little Scotty's Pizza and Chicken. For those in Marshfield on the way home, that's an outstanding dish. For our Columbus folks out there listening and checking out that particular ball game. So 6:35 to go here, 80-50. Cardinals with the lead behind just some really hot shooting.
Spichala in the game for the Cardinals. I have not seen him play all year.
You know, he's due then, Dan. I think that's
Yeah.
that's the key.
And it's good that Coach Markhart's starting to spin some bodies. Fender for 3, good.
At this point, I'll be honest, it does not matter who he puts in the ball game, as that is the 21st made three-point attempt of the 21st made three-point basket of the night here.
Just for the Newman Cardinals.
That's a great point. Both teams, actually, honestly, I feel like Assumption has shot it pretty well tonight. Some pretty good individual performances. Yep. But again, you know, Coach Pultz was quite upset up in Prentice. They gave up 85, I believe it was, to Prentice. Tonight, 83 to Newman here with 6 minutes and 6 minutes to go.
Coach Markhart has taken the starters off the floor. They're done for the night. 6 minutes left. Assumption showing full court pressure.
I would say it appears to me, if I were to venture to guess, that Coach has entered a player into the ballgame that's not in the book. We're going to have an administrative technical foul that's coming up. And while that happens, the other thing that's coming up is tax season. So let's talk a little bit about Hawkins Ash. So Hawkins Ash CPA is a certified public accounting firm that is big enough to serve you but small enough to care. Accounting professionals in the firm's Marshfield office, local tax and accounting services, and are backed with the resources and support of 9 other offices and more than 150 team members. Contact Hawkins Ash CPAs in Marshfield for all of your tax and accounting needs. Visit them online at Hawkins Ash CPA to learn more. And again, tax season right around the corner. That's Hawkins Ash CPAs.
He wasn't in the book, so 20.
Yep. So as I talked about before, again, you have an administrative technical foul. This is 2 shots in the ball. Again, just a coaching error. You try to put a player into the game that perhaps doesn't play a whole lot or maybe played on the JV contest. Don't check your book. It turns out to be a technical foul. I believe we had one back in the old Coach Van Elvesen days. If I remember, Jason was pretty happy about it. Wasn't so mad that he tossed a chair that day, but
no, not on that day.
Not on that day, but you know, we can neither confirm nor deny that may or may not have happened in this particular gym, like the southwest corner. But that's a different subject for a different day. We love the big guy, and he always looked good in the red coat.
Absolutely, I still have my red coat.
Sometimes I like to go ahead and prance around with it at home just to enjoy myself. So relive the glory days, Dan.
Gasper turns it over.
Yep, the good old days.
He had to give 2 free throws to get him in the game. I mean, you really want a guy in. If you're going to give up 2 free throws, you really got to have him.
It's one of those deals where, you know, it happens. It's one of those deals where, honestly, you know, come playoff time, you really got to check your books, make sure that you don't have that.
56-55, Illinois minus 2 good starters over the Spartans.
Shout out to Joey Hauser, Wisconsin alumni playing for the defeated Spartans. Good news for Wisconsin, good news for Illinois. Not such a good news if you're a Sparty fan.
Yeah, you know, winning without Kofi and Curbelo, 2 preseason All-Americans, it's a good win. Long way to go.
You know, Dan, we've got a saying that winning is hard.
Gasper for 3. Off the rim, no good. The whole gym wanted that to go down.
Not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. As this announcer wanted it to go down as well. It was one of those deals. I'm not sure what the record is, but I say we said it.
It would be great if the record was within reach and we had a JV kid make it. That'd be incredible.
Hey, team effort. You know, it's we win together, we lose together.
That's right. You know what? They're practicing against the starters night in, night out.
Well, and as you're aware, you know, if Newman is fortunate enough to make a state run, they're involved at some point. There's minutes when you take a look at it. You talked about the need of practice and helping it out. So it's important right now that these kids are getting their minutes and opportunity to shine as well.
Stolen by Shaw. Shaw, kind of a scoop layup, called for steps. Notice that Coach Paltz isn't going to his bench too deep. Still things to get to work on, things to get better on.
You know, again, for our Royal fans, we hope to see you at the gym on Saturday. But Assumption takes on Pacelli on Saturday, which for Assumption is another really important game, actually, for both games. And the supercomputers, a very important contest coming up on Saturday. So we do hope that you check that out. Girls play at 1:30, boys play at 3 o'clock. You can see those games right here on ZaleskiSports.com. But, you know, again, if you're Coach Paltz...
That's viewed from the gym, though.
Yeah.
The gym.
You know, it'd be great to have you in the gym. We got little dribblers going on. We've got 8th grade celebration, girls basketball celebration. You get a chance to come out and see your first look at Jordan Jaglinski, who was victorious tonight in the girls game over in Nakusa for the Royal fans listening.
How many did she have tonight?
She only had 24. We pulled it off early, so 24 without a made three-pointer, which is pretty good. But that's a proud dad moment.
Colby up 15 with 5 minutes left.
Upset alert.
Dun, dun, at the Columbus gym. At Columbus.
You know, as Ron Burgundy would say, we have breaking news. Oh, wait, no, hold on. That's Colby with the upset.
Fender, three-pointer, no good. A fight for it. Pulled away by Moyer. And Dillman throws it almost off the Newman High song sign.
Now,
First things first with Mid-State Technical College. Dual credit programs earn you college credit in high school. Then choose a path that suits you. Use your skills to start your career or transfer to a university to continue your degree. Choose a new career. Transition easily and quickly by upgrading your skills. Or continue your education with dozens of classes to get you on your path. No matter your stage of the game, your first move is Mid-State Technical College.
welcome back here to the gym at the Nest here at Newman Catholic High School. 3 minutes, 27 seconds left here in the second half. A little Taylor Swift playing in the background. I don't know about you, Dan, but I'm feeling like it's 83-52. So, so here we go. Finish it up. As we get ready here to finish up, folks, I want to talk a little bit about Spectrum Benefits. Spectrum Benefit Solutions, with offices located throughout central Wisconsin. Spectrum Benefit Solutions is your group benefits provider for health, dental, accident, life insurance. Spectrum Benefit Solution works with hundreds of clients of all sizes to help you attract and retain the best employee. Find Spectrum Benefits Solutions on Facebook to get started. So there's a basket by Cade. So 3-point basket made. Three-point basket made by Aiden Spicella. So, Dan, what is that official count? Are we up to 22 made threes for?
Oh, it's more than that.
For Newman Catholic?
9 this half.
Half.
Yeah, so 22.
22. Made basket there by Livernash for the Royals. So, again, to the point, if 22 happens to be the state record, it is a JV player that went ahead and contributed.
Spicella, 3, it's blocked.
Spicella was feeling it. He was like, hey, I'll take another one. So 86-57, 2 minutes, 11 seconds to go. Here at the conclusion of this game, I hope everyone will stick around for the Nasonville Dairy postgame show.
The girls' basketball team really wants Gasper to make a 3. They're in the front row over here talking to him. Look at them. They are talking to him. Shoot it, shoot it, shoot it.
Helping him out. Tell him where to stand.
Yeah, they're trying. Oh, there it is.
Got into the corner.
Yeah.
Joey Moyer's like, nope, you're not shooting it on me.
There it is. Oh, Gasper drives baseline. Oh, he dribbled it out of bounds. That's his third turnover of the game.
Good defense by Moyer, going ahead and cutting off the baseline, moving his feet. Again, if you're Coach Paltz, there's some positives to take away from this game. So 57 points scored. Your kids battled hard.
The kids did not give up tonight.
You shot the ball pretty well, which is a good thing. There's some positives to build off of this. Moyer with a long two, a little short. And here come the Cardinals, minute 23 seconds left.
Just saying, Gasper get in the corner.
He could be Gasper, the friendly basketball player in the corner.
Farchalla for three. Oh, just missed.
Now, what if that was the record?
I think that if that was going in, Mason Prey was ready to bust out the three guitar, if I'm not mistaken. So
the sad thing is, it's probably like 7 away from the record. It's probably not even close. Yeah.
That being stated, it was a pretty impressive performance tonight by the Cardinals. From start to finish, a pretty dominating effort. Joey Moore with a nice take to the basket.
His first 2 of the game. 45 seconds left. Newman's going to cruise to another Marywood South victory.
Again, Dan, coming up after the game, we've got the Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds at Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Curtis, or at NasonvilleDairy.com. I assume we're going to try to go ahead and get a Cardinal player along with Coach up here after the ball game?
Probably a Cardinal player. I don't know who we haven't seen yet. We'll have to figure it out. Because we've had Connor, we've had Mason over in back call. Coach Marquardt told his team to not shoot again.
You've had Isaac.
Did he tell him not to kick it away, though? See,
that
was the problem.
Yeah, we have had all of them. We will find someone.
Have you had Fender? He's had a pretty nice little ball game, nice contributions.
I don't think so.
Again, he shot it pretty well. I think he was been a pretty important piece.
Moyer with the 3.
So 86-62, the Cardinals emerge victorious tonight here at Newman Catholic.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com. All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
It's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. It's an open market. It's huge. The opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have the best dairy farms in not only central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers cheese, pizza cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflettieri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
Newman Cardinals coast to a easy victory, easy for us to say, 86-62, 22 three-pointers made by the Newman Cardinals tonight. We were trying to find out if that was a state record or some sort of record because 22 is unbelievable. Your guy shot fantastic tonight, Coach.
Yeah.
With me is Coach Markart. 22 threes, 6 by Mason, 6 by Connor, 3 for Isaac, 2 for Gustafson, 2 for Fender, and Lowe, Spichala, Piffner, like just up and down.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a shooting performance like that before?
Well, I'll be honest, I did not realize it was going to be that high of a number. We've had a couple games this year where we've had, I think it was like 15, maybe 17-ish, something like that. But, 22 is pretty fun. That's awesome.
22, and you took the gas off halfway through the second half. I mean, rightfully so, right? A lot of respect, I'm sure, for the Assumption program and the Catholic schools in the area. The first time around, it was a 20-some point game. It got a little chippy in the second half of that one. Did that come up during this week in preparing for it?
Yeah. The physicality of the way that they play was definitely brought up in just all of our conversations this week, preparing for these guys. And it's more so just the style of play as opposed to any one particular thing, with individuals or whatever. We just know Assumption's going to give us a battle, and it's going to be a physical one, and that was really the message. Getting our minds right to prepare for a physical battle that way. That was really the message, yeah.
And we talked a little bit today about the conference standings, of course, because it matters to us because it gives us something to talk about, of course, right?
Yep.
2 games behind. Stratford was pushed quite a bit tonight by Auburndale. I think Stratford ended up pulling it out at the end. But Auburndale had the lead somewhat late in that game. But it looks like Stratford did win. You're 2 games behind. It's going to be tough to make up 2 games. What is the attitude of the guys currently today? I mean, still 8-3 a conference, I think it is. For what you have left, how's the morale? How's the attitude of the team right now?
I think it's been really good. This is kind of a tough time, in a season where you still have a whole month left. Yep. You've played basically 2 full months of basketball. There's not a ton going on. We're kind of starting class again with semester starting up, so a bunch of new information being thrown at them in school, and then coming out here and trying to perform on the basketball floor. There's a lot of room for distractions and not a lot of good feelings where you're kind of getting a lull, but having our guys, the chemistry that they have together, just being friends on and off the floor, and just the way they interact really makes my job pretty easy when it comes to stuff like that. Absolutely. Because they just enjoy being around each other so much, and that makes for most part my life pretty easy, where it's in practice and whatnot, to kind of get them energized. And especially on a night like tonight when guys shoot it so well, it's a fun thing to kind of celebrate with them, and that'll get them juiced pretty quick.
Yeah, and coached here with the Newman girls, a couple state appearances a couple years ago, and we had a really good team. You have a great team. That behind the scenes, there are highs and lows. And when kids come into practice and they just broke up with their significant other, and like there's just things going on that we've all been teenagers, right?
Yep.
We have all lived it. And like
no doubt.
There are things that seems, I can't believe it was that way, but it's very real with high schoolers, and it seems like you're doing a fantastic job with